Hey, what's up, everyone? Matt Diazable coming at you with another album review. If you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing and checking us out. If you've been here before, hey, I really appreciate you coming on back. Now, today we're checking out the band Creepout with their debut album from 2010, Tribe Called Hardcore. A little bit about this band is they come out from Tokyo, Japan. They play a style of uh, hardcore music that's a little bit like on the trippy side a little bit. I think they have some weird elements to them that make them not just a traditional hardcore band. But I will say, if you're a fan of Terror, uh blood for blood, integrity, especially integrity, you will like Creepout. They're one of those bands that I saw in Japan that I instantly fell in love with when I saw them live. They sound really good live and everything. So this was my first time actually listening to their album, like just not in a live setting. So yeah, let's get into this review. I'm doing my review based off of what's on Spotify because they have a couple different versions of this album and everything. So this is my review of the Spotify version of this album. The first song here starts off with a clip from the song Wild Thing and everything, and then it rolls into some hard ripping, pummeling hardcore music. Hefty low vocals, really good backing vocals that have like some tough vibes to it and everything. Simple and ripping breakdown at the end. Overall, the guitar tuning is really good on this track. You've got some really good smooth bass line on this track with some groovy riffs. The drums are a little buried a bit, but they have a good flow to them and everything. And the gang vocals on this track are really good when you're screaming out, creep out, creep out. I would say that I would like it to be turned up a little bit, but hey, that's just me. The bass and drums on this song are really good. They have a good groove and good connection. The guitars add a nice mesmerizing layer to the song overall. There's some really good cymbal usage at the back end of the song and everything. It's a very solid hardcore track. So I want to play a clip of Creep Out for you. See, those gang vocals sound good. They just need to be turned up a bit. But overall, it's a great track. You've got some really fast bass drumming at the beginning of the song and everything. And then you got some really tight and condensed riffing from the guitars. The drums are really simple and in the pocket. The vocals have a really hard and intense sound to it and everything. Overall, it's just a really good track. Again, the gang vocals need to be turned up on this track, but the vibe of the overall song is really good with the energy and everything. The riffs are really mixed in well, and the drums are simple and very snappy. The pacing overall is pretty good. It's pretty balanced and everything. It doesn't feel too bloated. Some of the megaphone effects in the background are kind of interesting, but I will say there's a lot of cool ideas on this track, but it just comes out a little, what can I say, hard to hear at times, especially with the lyrics and everything. So I want to play a clip of Flexibility for you. Those drums, baby. I'm not surprised with the album cover and everything. They use a ballpark like opening clip here and everything. It's pretty weird and everything, but it kind of fits on brand. And I learned that I think the main vocalist and a lot of the members are really into baseball, so it kind of makes sense. I will say these short songs they have are very undiluted and just really, really raw, hardcore songs that sound great. The vocals sound really great on this track. The ending breakdown, slick and clean and just nice. The bass sounds really good on this track and everything. It has a really thick feel to it and everything, but they use that megaphone effect again, and I'm not really feeling it on this track. The slow build up before the breakdown is really cool, and kind of cool to say fuck the police in this song. So that's good part about the song. Yeah. I want to say the vocals here are a little bit too buried, and they're using that megaphone effect again, which at this point I'm not a fan of. It comes off kind of cheesy and everything, but the overall song arrangement and how the song is played, it's really hard and it sounds really good. Especially the breakdown is just really, really slow and dirty, and I like that. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Like the vocals, I don't like so much, but I do like how the song is structurally made. You got some really deep and rich sounding guitar riffs here. The vocals sound really pissed off and just have a really hefty sound to it, and they sound good. Drums, they sound really good and are in the pocket. They're just killing it. And some really good solid riffs throughout this whole track. So I want to play a clip of Fuck Your Heaven. That's it for you. But yeah, those riffs sound really good. So Creepout is a band that lives and breathes the hardcore life. They are about that life. They are here to play good music. They've been doing it for 15 years and everything. And it just makes sense when you see them live, like their album and their live setting is just very similar and just like, wow, they're really good at what they do. Because they got some really, really tight riffs, bold and huge drums and everything, slick bass and everything, and fun lyrics and good vocals to sing along to. I will say on this particular album, the guitars are probably the most impressive thing for me with how well mixed they are and how good they sound. They just have a very loud and huge feel to them that gets you really pumped up and everything. But I will say at times they are loud, and so they kind of drown out the other members, but it doesn't happen that often, I think. The drums got a nice, good groove to it and everything. They really are good at setting the pace for the songs and everything. It sound really good. He can do both fast and slow drumming. It sounds really good. The bass is very thick, very nice, and just laid down perfectly in the mix and everything. It sounds really good. The vocals, he's got a really good, hefty and like rough and tough. Kind of reminds me of like a bulldog, like kind of sound and everything. And the main vocals sound really good. It's just when they do gang vocals and add that weird megaphone effect where things get a little bit like can't be heard slash kind of cheesy. And that being said, those are the only gripes I have with the album and everything. The production is pretty good for the most part. Everything's well layered pretty well outside the guitars being a bit too loud, but they do a pretty good job on that. And so if you're looking into getting into more Japanese music, Japanese hardcore specifically, you got to check out Creepout. They're one of the biggest staples in the Japanese hardcore scene and everything. With that being said, I would say this debut from way back in the day, it's pretty solid and everything, and I would give it a nice 8 out of 10. Yeah, links down below. Check out Creepout. Like I said, if you're a fan of Terror, Blood for Blood, Integrity, check these guys out. You won't be disappointed. And until next time, guys, bye.
When you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures